What's that sound? It's For Amusement Only, the EM and Bingo Pinball Podcast. Welcome back to For Amusement Only. This is Nick Baldridge and...
Ava.
Hey, it's Ava. Ava, how have you been?
Good. You know how I've been.
I know. Well, I know how you've been, but people haven't heard from you in a while.
I know.
So, how's school going?
Good.
Yeah?
Why are we talking about school?
This is a podcast about your school.
No, it's not.
So, I wanted to talk with you about Turf King.
Okay.
Yeah. We picked it up the other day, right?
Yeah.
And we drove it all the way home.
And I helped fix it.
And, yeah, you've been doing all the work on it.
Except for you. Well, you did part. Well, you taught me.
Yeah. So far, can you tell people what you've done?
I've cleaned I've cleaned the playfield and the rivets, and I've helped clean the Jones plugs, and we put oil on the rivets to help make them move smoother. That's
right. And then what was the really cool thing that happened after we did that work? What did we do?
We put in the board in the machine.
Yeah. And then what?
And then we cleaned the playfield.
Right. After we cleaned the playfield, what did we do?
Oh, I don't know.
We played it.
Oh, yeah.
Ava did such a good job working on the steppers. That's what she's talking about with the rivets. She cleaned the steppers in the head, and you cleaned the score, the replay counter.
Yeah.
And you also tested every single bulb in the machine. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was in the back head thing.
Yeah. So what were some of the things which you thought were interesting about that work?
I thought that it was interesting that you don't put two oils together, because I thought that would just help it move smoother. Right.
So the more oil, the better, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought until my dad told me that it would actually not be good for the machine.
Right. Yep. And
it was like it would be getting a fever.
It would make it sick. That's right. And as far as cleaning the playfield, now you've helped me clean a couple machines before, right?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh. Really?
No.
Boy, I should have put you to work sooner. Did you like that?
Uh-huh. I loved it.
Now, is it nice seeing the effect that, cleaning has on an area?
Yeah, because if it's really covered in dirt, like part of the playfield does, it looked really old and mashed up, used. So when I cleaned it, it looked like a brand new surface.
Yeah. And it cleaned up very nicely, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Now, I cleaned the bumper caps because those are...
really hard.
Well, they're fragile. It's easy to take the lettering off of those. So, but other than that, you did the rest.
Yeah. I made the light show up by putting it on a 9-volt battery.
Right. And
if you put it down on the light bulb down on both sides, it would make it show up. Most of them were pretty good, actually. Mm-hmm.
And what was the interesting thing that I pointed out about the lights in Turf King?
That they were really expensive and rare.
Yes, I did. I did say they were expensive. Turf King uses 17-volt lamps, which are the same ones that they use behind the bingo cards in, say, Bounty or Double Up, Nightclub, Gaytime, or Caravan.
Or Ticker Tape?
Ticker Tape actually uses 47s.
47?
Yeah, those are the El Cheapo bulbs, the ones I like to use. But Turf King uses almost all these 1458 and 1654.
They're pretty good because only 2 of them were out.
Yeah, it was impressive. I don't know how long it had been since it had last been relamped, but
they were pretty good.
They were all in good shape, yeah. And there was no corrosion on any of the sockets, which is unusual for games that I get anyway.
Yeah, and you're making a bunch of noise while I'm sleeping.
Yeah, well, now you get to make noise while I'm sleeping, so that's good, isn't
it?
So, well, here's another thing. You remember the guy that I met with from the other podcast gave me that nickel coin tube.
Uh-huh.
Do you like using that?
Yeah, because it gives you more time to play, so you don't have to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. So you can play more rounds without having to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
And for those listening, it's a tube with a little slide.
Handle.
Yeah, it's like a handle, and you pull it towards yourself, and it shoots out like 4 or 5 nickels. So you can get a nice handful going, and then play around.
And then once you're collecting the coins, you just take a handful and line them up and put them straight back in the top again.
Mm-hmm. So,
but you have to make sure they're not jammed, or else the coin thing won't work, and you'll have to take out all the coins.
Well, you don't have to do that. I found a trick for it.
Or shake it.
Yeah. You can actually push up from the bottom, and it'll fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ava, this may surprise you, but I came home at lunch the other day, and guess what?
What?
I won a bunch on Turf King. I played Turf King at lunchtime.
Without the glass?
I know.
How many times have I told you to play without the glass?
Well, the nice thing about Turf King is that you can play without the glass on.
Weird.
Yeah, because the buttons that you use to select the things that you're playing for, you know, if you're trying to increase your odds or your features or whatever, you can actually push them without the actual physical buttons being there. Unlike on the bingos. On the bingos, you have to have like a stick or something to press. So that's kind of convenient. But yeah, I won over 100 replays.
So like on Mario, you couldn't take off the glass and play because it's high, because the ramp that has ramps.
You know, it's not good to play any game without the glass on, but in the case of Turf King, because the ball could fly out and land somewhere.
But Turf King is really low?
Well, Turf King, the pitch is lower, and also there's not, a bunch of ramps or flippers or anything that's flinging the ball around.
Tell them the secret that you didn't know about the level thing. The screw.
Oh, you mean when I first tried to put the glass on the playfield? Yeah,
and then you told yourself, how come this is sticking up when I didn't even do anything to this thing?
Yep. So the glass side rails and foot rail are all one piece on Turf King.
And he figured out after a while that he thought it wasn't leveled at first, but that was actually part of the reason. But the reason why it wasn't leveled because he screwed in those screws before he put it on the right slot where it was supposed to go.
I had unscrewed the screws which hold the playfield down, and I was leaving them unscrewed for convenience so we could lift the playfield easier. But you can't have the glass on there with the playfield unscrewed because the screws will prevent the glass from going down. That was the issue.
So then he wouldn't tell me, and I had to keep guessing, and then finally after like an hour, he told me.
That's one of those things, it took me a minute to figure out what I had done. So do you think you're learning a lot?
Because I've never worked on anything like that. And now it's sort of like I'm in pinball school right now, because I'm remembering most of the things. So
you ready to quit regular school and just go to pinball school
because
full-time?
They have too much homework for 3rd grade.
Well, wait till you see the homework I give you.
What?
You have to shop all my games out now. So here's a question. You've done some minor switch adjustments, or I've showed you how to do that before on Pop a Card.
But I have never done it like by myself or with you.
Guess what? There's a couple of switches that need adjusting on Turf King.
Yes. Oh yeah. Just so you know, that's my happy dance.
Right. Well, no one could see this happy dance.
Dang.
Yeah. So the other thing, there's a couple of sticky levers inside. I'll have to show you that actuate some of the relays that select your horses. So I actually took the bottom board out. I pulled it out so we can work on it, and you can see it's out in the service position way back in there. And it's right at Ava level. That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. So now I don't have to use the steps go ladder thing to reach all the way in the back.
Yeah. What do you think of how tall Turf King is?
I'd say it's pretty usual.
Pretty usual? See, to me, it seems like the playfield is way up higher than the other games. But that's probably because there's just such limited space in the corner where we have it.
Well, most of our bingo machines are pretty much the same height.
Yeah.
Like Gaytime, Nightclub, and Caravan, and like Bounty, Double Up, and Ticker Tape are all 3.
Yeah, Turf King's like a good 3 or 4 inches taller than any of the bingos.
Yeah, but it's still pretty much in the same level.
In the same range. Yeah.
It's about as tall as, let's say, Twinkie.
Yeah, I think you're right. But it's shorter than Circus or Mario.
Yeah. But it's about the same height as them. Because Mario's pretty big for its size.
Pretty big for its size? For its age?
Hey!
Yeah. So,
but Circus is pretty much almost the same height. It's just a couple of inches taller.
Yeah. And most of that's the speaker. That little speaker area. So, Ava, what do you think of the artwork?
I really like it because I actually love horses. Mm-hmm. So I just think it's amazing because it's really hard to draw horses the exact way they are.
I agree.
And because even my friend Kelly and Claire, they take horseback riding.
Right. And
they still draw pretty good, but not exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like exactly it. So that it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you like it? What do you think of the back glass?
The back glass, I'd have to say, it's pretty hard to get exactly the same thing over and over and over again, like the same size.
Right.
So
when you're doing it by hand, right?
Yeah. They've done in the back, I really like because almost everything is the same size.
Right. It's pretty easy to see. Now, do you like all the mirroring? All the little...
Yeah, the little mirrors, I really like it because I like silver stuff.
Yeah.
Or shiny stuff, you could say.
Right.
What? I'm a girl.
Okay.
Because it shows these special features.
Yeah. Yeah. It just makes it more
adds
appealing.
A little click.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about that artwork compared to something like Gaytime or Nightclub or Bounty or Ticker Tape?
Ticker Tape?
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty more complicated than Ticker Tape because
I would say the same thing.
Ticker Tape is only a bunch of squares with little tiny circles, but that's still complicated in the lines.
Yeah, and the people.
Yeah, but I'd say compared to Turf King and Ticker Tape, that would be pretty. Ticker Tape would be pretty much a little bit easier. Mm-hmm. I'd say 21 could do Ticker Tape. 38 could do Turf King.
That's your estimate of the person's age?
Because even though they could have been younger, I just like doing art.
Right. Now, do you like the jockey on the front?
What jockey? Oh, you mean the jockey?
On the door.
Oh, that, I actually half, because it is actually half of a painting.
Right.
Literally, it's like exactly half. So I like that half because I like the painting real much, but I don't get it why it's not fully the painting.
I didn't tell you that?
No.
It's because people have kicked it or scraped it or whatever. So originally,
why do they do that?
Well, it's a floor-length cabinet, so instead of having a space for your feet underneath, you end up walking up to the machine and accidentally kicking it a lot. Or intentionally kicking it because, it's taking your money or whatever. Imagine
it's not working?
Yeah. Imagine if you put your money in it and it just ate your money.
I've had that happen to more... I've had that happen, with my money, to soda can drink thing.
Yeah. You know why?
Because the machine... Either the slot in front of it is empty and misplaced, or it's disconnected, like a wire is disconnected or something.
So, now that you've worked on Turf King, it's not fixed yet, right? There's still a couple problems, but...
you have to teach me how to solder.
Yep. Yeah, there's a couple of broken wires that we found. And there's an issue with some
I know
wires.
what soldering is.
Good.
It's when you connect metal to something. Metal to metal, metal to wire.
Yep. When you connect two metallic things with more metal. And you do it by heating up a softer metal.
Because you heat up the metal so it actually melts.
It pulls in that softer metal. Yeah, and spreads it out, and it makes a strong bond.
That it won't break
hold.
as easily.
Yeah, exactly. And it conducts electricity. So, you've been studying a little bit about electricity from your circuit kits.
Yeah.
And
I've learned a little bit at school.
The circuit kits teach you about light bulbs and batteries, right?
Yeah, and if the thing is with a circuit kit, you never want to attach a circuit that's just playing, if you go down and then across and then up again.
You never want to connect the negative to the positive on the battery with no load in
because
between.
It will catch on fire or something.
It'll melt the batteries or, do something bad.
Catch on fire?
They might shoot out acid. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe it'll sing a song.
Hey!
No, it won't sing a song.
How come you keep bringing up these songs thing?
Because you're always singing.
I'm not always singing.
All right. Well, are you excited to finish up our project? Okay, good.
Because I really, really, really like that machine.
Excellent.
But I'm still sad that you returned Baby Batman in.
Well, it'll be all right.
Maybe I can see another one. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe sometime in the future.
They're out there. Would you like for me to get rid of all the flipper games and get all horse racing games? They made a whole bunch of horse racing games?
No.
Well, everybody thinks I should get rid of all my flipper games.
No.
I guess that's everyone but Ava. All right. I'm really proud of you, Ava. You're doing a good job. Well, that's all for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. My name again is Nick Baldridge. You can reach me at foramusementonlypodcast@gmail.com, or you can call me on the Bingos line. That's 724-BINGOS1, 724-246-4671. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, via RSS, on Facebook, on Twitter, at Bingo Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram, also at Bingo Podcast. Or you can listen to us on our website, which is foramusementonly.libsyn.com, at which you can, at this very moment, purchase your very own For Amusement Only t-shirt. They're available for a limited time only. So if you'd like one, put in your order. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you next time.